Wait.
Welcome to Scripts Gone Wild, our weekly exploration to see just how drunk people will get for charity. I am your host, Billy Ray Bruton, and with me, as always, is my esteemed co-host, Dave Lawson. Dave, tell us how it's going. Dave? Are you there? Oh, no, he's not. Sorry. Dave is not joining us for this read. He'll be back with us at some point in the future. But feel free to tweet at him and tell him how much you missed his masculine presence. For those who have done it with Dave before, how badly on a scale of 1 to 10 would you say he is missed right now?
0.
0? Wow.
That's cold-blooded.
That's really cold. Clarke, you've done the most.
I miss Dave. I definitely miss him, especially the fact that we're gonna kill some kids tonight. So yeah. I think that could be fun.
Yeah, he's missing out on some child death and some like killer bees, and it's kind of sad. I'm sure he's sitting at home right now, and the wind whispers, "It's wild." So for those of you who don't know, we had this originally scheduled a couple weeks ago, and we canceled it because of all the chaos that was going on in the world. And so we decided, you know what, we're going to go ahead and redo this, and we're going to drop it as a surprise for folks on our YouTube. And so we're actually pre-recording this for the first time. We usually do these live. And the script that we're reading tonight is well, we just told you a lot about it. So if you haven't guessed yet, it's My Girl.
Woo!
My Girl. That classic horror film, My Girl, about the little girl who lives in the funeral home and the killer bees. And it does have, and it stars the Scream Queen, Jamie Lee Curtis. So it's just got all the trappings of a horror film.
And the Ghostbuster.
And the Ghostbuster. That's right.
Oh, yeah.
And wait, surely Griffin Dunn has been in a horror movie.
American Werewolf.
Oh, that's right. American Werewolf in London. Absolutely.
Although Veep might be a comedy, but goddamn, it's pretty horrific.
And Macaulay Culkin was in The Good Son. Also kind of.
Oh, yeah.
That's true, too.
That's right.
And Party Monster is pretty scary.
Party Monster is pretty scary.
Very scary, actually.
He went from getting killed to doing the killing. And then, of course, Richie Rich, which is really horrifying. And we're also raising money for a pretty amazing charity. They are called the Planet B Foundation, which seemed appropriate for this particular read. And they are a charity that is dedicated to teaching kids about the honeybee. And I think, we all know that they're pretty important as long as we want to live on the planet. And so they do some pretty awesome work. And so we're going to encourage you, when you watch this read, to donate to them, which you can do at planetb.org/donate. And when you do, there's going to be a little box that says sort of, how did you hear about us? And just type in Scripts Gone Wild so they know where it came from. Again, that is planetb.org/donate. Anybody here, raise your hand if you've ever been stung by a honeybee or a bee in general. Oh, there we go. Everybody has. Okay, there we go. Well, Alexis, you've never been stung by a bee?
No. I mean, it ran into me, but I didn't really get affected by it. It wasn't like an actual thing.
It ran into you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it actually ran into me. It wasn't an actual, it was weird. Hold on, I'm having a weird computer problem, not gonna lie.
Those of you who are just tuning in, you missed about 45 minutes of Alexis trying to figure out what's going on with her computer.
It's it was fine, literally, up until right now.
Well, my question, too, is, of all of you said you've been stung by a bee, how many of that was maybe a sharp comment aimed towards you from B. Arthur at a party?
I wish.
Oh, I wish.
Okay.
That would have been cool.
So
That would have been a lot better.
Donate to Planet B Foundation. They're doing some really amazing work, and, they deserve your money. And so right now, I'm going to introduce our readers for the evening. We've got Amanda Wyss.
Hey.
Clarke Wolfe.
Yeah.
Bruno Oliver.
Yeah.
Hey,
Brennan
Bruno.
Murray.
Hey,
All
David
right.
McElwee.
wow.
Yeah.
Becky Brockman.
There she is.
Woo.
Richard Leacock.
Whoa, are you kidding?
Alexis Iacono.
Thank God.
I don't
Kevin
know.
Murray. Sasha Kerbel. And I'm going to try to pronounce this properly. David Placencia.
Right on.
Nice.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys for being here on, we're recording on a Sunday night. So thanks for clearing your Sunday for this. Now I'm going to give folks the rules. Scripts Gone Wild is a drinking game. If any of our readers flub a line, miss a cue, do anything that we can construe as a mistake, they have to take a drink. We also choose 2 social words, and anytime those words are spoken aloud in the script by the readers, everybody takes a drink. And the social words for tonight are Veda.
Oh, geez.
Oh my
Oh
God.
no.
We're done.
And the other one is a kind of an interesting spin. We did this once before. When we did our reading of The Thing, it was any use of the word thing. So like anything, everything, clothing, nothing, anything that had thing in it. So we're doing something a little similar with this. The other word is any variation of the word dead, death, dying, die.
Oh my God.
Come on.
Those are just every other word.
I feel like I messed that up a little bit.
I only got a
I'm
6
glad I'm
back.
prepared.
Wow.
Hard liquor for this.
So
She brought a vat.
again, the words are Veda, and any version of death, dead, dying, dies, died.
But
No,
not like
we're done.
funeral. What about like funeral, coffin?
No,
stuff like
no,
that?
just
No,
of the word
like dead, the
Kevin,
verb.
shut
And,
up.
That's it.
Yeah, don't give him any ideas. No ideas.
We also do something called a finish your line, where once we get to that line in the script, everybody has to finish whatever is in their hand, whether it's a couple sips or a fresh pour. And that line tonight is "Want to go tree climbing, Thomas J." The scene that made us all weep when we saw it for the first time.
Oh heavens.
Oh, well, that's where he went. He went to heaven.
Well,
You don't know that.
yeah.
You don't know that.
Well, actually, we don't. He could have been a little bastard.
I've got news for you. I've got lots of secrets to tell.
Was he baptized?
Wait, can I just ask
Oh.
Question.
David, what are you drinking in that huge mug? Is it orange juice and vodka? What is it? It's massive.
Other David?
Oh, other David. Not David, I don't know.
I think it's a mystery drink.
Driver. I'm not gonna be able to pound this, bro. I'll die.
I don't want anyone here to die. So if you think that pounding is going to cause yourself bodily damage, consider it, but don't do it if you think it's going to be too bad.
Rules are rules. Rules are rules. I'm going with the game until there's an ending.
Does anybody have any questions before we start? I should add also, I'm going to read the directions. I'll probably skip over some of them. Just be prepared and just go with it, because I'll skip whatever I think is not something that the audience needs to hear me read. And if I say the words, the social words, it doesn't count in the
All right.
direction. It's only
That's good.
you guys say them.
I think
Cool.
come on.
And is there anyone making us drink? I obviously play the game.
Oh, I'll be making you drink.
Got it.
I'll be making you drink. Okay. Well, then, if there are no other questions, without further ado, I will start reading the script that was originally titled Born Jaundiced
Oh God.
by Luis Elowaney. I'm going to assume that's how it's pronounced. Jefferson, Pennsylvania, 1972.
I was born jaundiced. Once I sat on a toilet seat at a truck stop and caught hemorrhoids. And I've learned to live with a chicken bone that's been lodged in my throat for the past 3 years. So I knew Dad would be devastated when I told him about...
Harry, 57, stands in front of the counter making a sandwich. His tomboy daughter, Veda, pronounced Veda, 11, sits at the kitchen table. She is very serious.
Dad, I don't want to upset you, but my left breast is developing at a significantly faster rate than my right. It can only mean one thing. Cancer. I'm dying.
Dying.
Dying, Drake!
Oh, dying.
Oh, Lord.
And so it begins.
Hand me the mayonnaise out of the fridge.
Titles are up. In the foyer, Veda and several other children stand in the foyer of an old Victorian home. One child, Billy, wears a Nixon Agnew 72 pin.
Hey, you didn't pay me.
Well, how do I know you're going to show me one?
You're such a baby.
All right, here.
Billy hands Veda a quarter.
50 cents.
Okay.
Billy hands Veda another quarter.
follow me and don't say a word.
Beta motions them on. They follow her to a door leading off the foyer, and she slides it open. She enters with the children following behind her, and she has them scared. The room is filled with several opened and closed caskets. Beta creeps up to a closed casket, and the children look cautiously over her shoulder.
You sure you want to see it? Or is someone going to be a chicken?
I'm not chicken.
A few of the other children agree with Billy.
Okay, lean forward.
Beta puts her hands on the coffin, looks around to make sure they're still not chicken, and suddenly flips the top half of the coffin open. I said coffin, so.
Oh.
Children shriek out in horror, but the coffin is empty. Beta laughs.
You're so weird.
Do we have a Howie?
I want my money back.
Oh, I was afraid of this.
Of what?
Well, sometimes when we get them, they're not completely dead.
Dead?
Like,
Oh.
like when you cut a chicken's head off and they still run around crazy.
You're full of shit.
I bet she's roaming around this house somewhere. Come here.
Beta and the children exit. Beta and the children stand on the edge of the foyer looking into the adjacent kitchen family room.
There she is. In a rocking chair.
The children look at the old woman sitting in the rocker. She is motionless. The children are fascinated with her. Suddenly, she begins to rock. The children become frightened and run out of the house, and Beta laughs and walks over to the old woman in the chair.
Hi, Grandma.
Gramu doesn't respond. Beta crawls into Gramu's lap, but there's still no reaction from her. After a few seconds, we hear,
Beta, bring down my cigarettes.
Beta gets up and picks up a pack of cigarettes off the counter, walks down the steps. She won't go past the bottom one. Harry and daughter, Wendy, I'm going to just comment here and say that in the movie, Beta has an uncle. In the script, she has a sister.
Oh, I was wondering.
Also, everybody missed the Veda drink.
Oh, thank you.
Oh!
I was reporting.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Whoops.
She won't go
David,
past-
get on that. If you hear it, tell us.
Harry and his daughter Wendy work on a body. Wendy, 28, is unkempt and morose looking.
Put him on the counter.
Beta, not wanting to go past the bottom step, throws the cigarettes on the counter.
Guess what?
They ignore her.
Daddy, guess what?
Ignore her.
I beat Thomas J at hopscotch yesterday.
Suddenly, blood leaks off the table onto Harry, and he jumps up.
Damn it, Wendy, for Christ's sake. It's going to get all over the place.
You need a lot of skill and coordination to be good at hopscotch.
I thought I poked him right in the fuck.
Drink!
You got me confused because I didn't realize I was playing the sister. I thought I poked him in the right spot.
Thomas J's mother took us to see 101 Dalmatians. Cruella DeVille stole all the puppies. She was going to make a fur out of them.
Find something else to suck that.
Drink!
Find something to do.
Defeated, Veda walks up the stairs. She stops to read the clipboard that hangs on the wall. It reads, Leighton Charles, 70. Cancer of the prostate. She goes upstairs. Veda enters the foyer and the doorbell rings and she answers it.
I'll get it.
Veda opens the front door. Shelley, 43, stands there. Shelley's pretty but dresses tacky and wears lots of makeup.
Hi, I'm your new makeup artist.
Hi.
Veda motions for Shelley to come in.
What's your name?
Veda.
Drink.
Veda.
Double drink.
Because she did it herself?
I'm Shelley.
They shake hands. Shelley looks the place over.
This place sure is different from the beauty parlor where I last worked.
My dad's downstairs working with my sister on Mr. Layton. It was prostate cancer. Once it hits your prostate, you're a goner.
Oh, I see.
Harry walks.
Shelley, I'm going to need you to get started right away. You're already late.
I'm sorry. See, I set my clock ahead by 20 minutes so I won't be late, but then I'm too smart for myself and I know it's 20 minutes fast, so I wind up being late anyway.
Harry hits his brow. Dope.
Well, you're here now.
Veda looks out the window and sees a big camper.
Is that your camper?
Yes.
Do you live in it?
Yes.
Okay, if you could just go and fix up...
Ding dong! Veda opens the door and two men stand there.
Is your father home?
Hey, George.
Hi, Harry.
Leave them here in the foyer. I'll just be a minute.
Man 1 and 2 and Harry exit through the front door. Shelly snoops around in the kitchen family room and sees Grandma on her rocker.
Hello there.
Nothing.
Yoo-hoo.
Nada.
She's shy. How do you go to the bathroom?
What?
In your camper.
Oh. Well, there's one in it.
That's really cool.
Shelly and Veda walk back out to the foyer where Jesus.
Drink.
Where 2 small coffins lie on the floor. Veda stares at them as Harry bends down inspecting them. Veda stands over them.
Daddy, why are these coffins so small?
Come in all sizes, like shoes.
Are they for children?
Of course not.
So who are they for then?
Short people. Very short people.
Veda thinks about that for a second, and Shelly is uneasy with Harry's lying. She begins to nervously move her head around and cracks her neck. It makes a loud sound. Veda and Harry look at her.
I'm double jointed.
Doctor's office. Veda enters. A nurse sits behind a counter.
Hello, Miss Vida. What's wrong today?
Oh, Veda.
Drink.
Jump. Yep, there we go.
Yeah.
I'm very sick.
Okay, take a seat and I'll see if Dr. Welty has time to see you.
The nurse exits. Veda sits down and picks up the American Medical Journal and reads. Seconds later, the nurse comes back.
Okay, Missy, go on in.
As Veda walks to the examining room, she sees a sickly little boy in a wheelchair. Veda is taken back by this sight. Was Harry lying? In the examining room, Veda sits on the examining table, and Dr. Welty, 70, checks her throat, eyes, and ears.
Well, what is it? I can handle it.
You're perfectly healthy.
That can't be. I have all the classic symptoms, and my hair's falling out.
Veda, why do you do this? There's nothing wrong with you. Did they bring Mr. Layton to your house today?
I'll just have to get a second opinion.
Veda walks out and over to her bike out of the doctor's office. Thomas J. 11, sickly looking, with tape over his glasses, walks up to her.
What did he say was wrong with you?
The whole medical profession is a crock.
Veda gets on her bike, complete with banana seat, and pedals away. Thomas J. rides behind, trying to keep up on his old-fashioned girl's bike.
Yo, wait for me.
On the street, Veda and Thomas J. ride their bikes down the sidewalk.
Thomas J., look, no hands.
Oh, yeah? Look, at this, no feet. Hey, are you watching?
Veda pays no attention to him. She looks at a man painting his house on a ladder. She stops her bike, and Thomas J. pulls up beside her.
What are you looking at?
That's Mr. Bixler.
So?
Let's go talk to him.
No, I don't want to talk to no teacher. It's the summer.
Veda doesn't pay any attention to him, and she heads towards Mr. Bixler.
Hi, Mr. Bixler.
Hi. Who's that?
It's me, Veda Sultanfuss.
Drink.
Dubba.
Oh, Veda.
Drink.
How are you?
Bixler, 31, and evidently very creepy, comes down off his ladder.
Fine.
How's the summer treating you?
All right.
Hey, Thomas.
How come you're painting this old house?
I just bought it, and I'm fixing it up.
Mr. Bixler, I finished all the books for summer reading.
Really? Already? The summer's just begun.
Yes, and now I'm reading War and Peace for fun.
No wonder you're my prized pupil.
Break!
How about you, Thomas?
Haven't started yet.
Veda. You better get on his case.
Veda.
Where are you going to get the money to pay for this house if you're not working?
I'm teaching a creative writing class at the community center this summer, so I'm doing some work.
How much does it cost?
The house?
No, the class.
$35.
Oh. Come on, Thomas J.
They pedal away.
Bye.
Bye.
Stop by again sometime.
Pedal down the street and then stop.
Let's go down to Fix Orchard and pick some peaches.
I'm going home.
What? Why? It's not dinner time yet.
And Veda abandons her friend. In the front yard, Veda jumps off her bike, letting it fall.
Fuck you!
Because she doesn't respect her own personal property.
Sorry.
In the bedroom, she enters her pink room and goes into her closet, pulls a box out and goes through it. She pulls out her class picture and gazes with love-struck eyes at Mr. Bixby.
Oh.
She lies back on the bed dreaming of that voice. In the kitchen, family, Henry, Wendy, Veda, and Grandma who sit around the table eating dinner.
Pass the potatoes?
She does.
There was a bad accident on the highway. They'll be bringing in 2 tomorrow. They'll be bringing 2 in tomorrow.
Right? The family eats in silence for a few seconds. Grandma stares at her food. Suddenly, Veda shrieks out loud and falls back in her chair. Just as she does, Shelley comes up from the basement.
I just finished Mr. Layton's hair. He looks...
Shelley suddenly notices Veda on the floor and rushes to her.
Harry, she's hurt.
He's just pretending.
I think it's my prostate.
Shelley is shocked at the family's indifference. She kneels beside Veda. Suddenly, Grandma breaks out into singing Anything Goes in a booming voice. Veda closes her eyes and we hear...
Grandma always wanted to be a famous singer, but she married a mortician instead. She'd have even settled for vaudeville. If I wasn't going to die, I think I would have...
Jerk!
Oh, good job.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. If I wasn't going to die, I think I would have liked to be the girl who rides bareback in the circus.
The hallway at Thomas J's house. Veda stands outside the bathroom doors. Thomas J comes out tucking his shirt in.
5.
I counted 6.
Liar, it was 5.
I quit.
All right, baby. I'll give you 5.5.
Okay, your turn.
The bathroom, Veda enters. She shuts the door behind her, walks over to the sink, and fills a glass with water.
Hurry up in there.
Hold your horses. It takes girls longer.
Veda pours the water in the toilet.
Start.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I win. I can hold more pee than you.
What a game. Thomas J waits for minutes, and then Veda comes out of the bathroom.
You always win.
That's because my mama was an Arabian princess, and they can hold their water like a camel.
But she was not.
Oh.
Cut that.
She was not.
I don't know that I like that.
She was so.
Veda tackles Thomas J to the floor and holds it. They cut that out of the final version, folks.
They did cut that. They cut that.
Say my mother was an Arabian. Say my mother was an Arabian princess.
No.
Say it, or else I'll give you a black eye.
Oh, get off. Okay, you're gonna give me asthma.
I'm giving you to 3. 1, 2.
Okay. She was an Arabian princess.
And she was the most beautiful woman in the whole wide world.
Yeah, and the most beautiful woman. Just get off.
Okay.
Veda getting aggressive about her mama. Veda gets off. They sit beside each other and breathe heavily. After a few seconds, Thomas J jumps up and shouts,
Your mama looked like Mona Lisa.
Don't you say that about my mother.
In the viewing room, Shelley finishes fixing up an old woman.
Harry, come see.
Harry walks over and looks in the coffin. We do not see the body. Shelley nervously awaits his opinion and she cracks her neck.
I thought I gave you a picture of what she looked like.
You did. Here.
Shelley fumbles around in her purse and pulls a picture out. We see a photo of a very prim and proper elderly woman with an old-fashioned hairdo, dress buttoned to the neck.
She was Reverend Dennis's wife. You have her looking like a call girl.
We see the body wearing a ton of makeup, false eyelashes, hot pink lipstick, plenty of blue eyeshadow, and a tacky hairdo. Her dress is unbuttoned, showing a little cleavage.
Oh. I guess I got carried away.
Fix it.
Harry walks away.
Harry? I was wondering if there was something wrong with Veda.
Veda?
What do you mean?
Well, at dinner the other night?
That. She just likes to play.
I don't know. I think she's confused about death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was raised in a funeral home. She knows more about it than anyone else.
Yeah, but I think
She's perfectly happy 11-year-old. Don't give me any advice on my daughter.
Snap. Harry exits to the kitchen. Shelley grabs her purse and storms out. She walks out in a huff, sits down on the steps, and pulls a candy bar out of her purse. Veda and Thomas J run down the porch. Veda suddenly stops when she sees 3 of her female classmates walking on the sidewalk. 2 brunette girls and a pretty blonde named Judy. Thomas J also stops, and Shelley watches the encounter.
Look, it's Veda and her little boyfriend.
Drink.
He is not my boyfriend.
I bet you can see her lips.
Do you think I kissed that ugly old thing?
Yeah, anyway.
Come on, let's go. The matinee will be starting soon.
Judy's father owns the Avalon Theater, and we get to see all the movies we want for free.
And all the popcorn we can eat.
Maybe you could come sometime.
Ew, don't invite her.
Yeah, she'll have to bring her boyfriend with her.
And then they sing.
Veda, drink. And Tom is
Singing tree. K-I-S-S-I-N-G. First comes love, then comes marriage, then comes Thomas J in the baby carriage.
And that was beautiful. It was beautiful.
On point. On point.
Reversed.
Would you like
Thomas J's in the baby carriage? That's
I know that it was in the movie.
In the baby carriage.
In it.
My God.
Would you like a piece? Thomas?
I'm allergic to it.
To chocolate?
He's allergic to everything.
Let's ride down to the lake.
Leave me alone.
What did I say?
Veda, you shouldn't let those girls upset you. I think that's Shelley.
Yeah, I think that's a Shelley line too.
Oh, sorry.
Veda, you shouldn't let those girls upset you.
I'm not upset. I would never play with those girls. I only surround myself with people I find intellectually stimulating.
That's a pretty ring you're wearing.
It's a mood ring. It tells what mood I'm in.
Really?
It doesn't work. It always stays black.
It's only black when you're around because you put me in a bad mood.
Maybe black means you're happy.
I don't think so. Shelley, how can I get $35?
What do you need it for?
To be with her sweetie pie.
Shut up, Thomas J.
Yeah, well, she's crazy. She wants to go to school over the summer.
What school?
Not real school. A creative writing class.
Yeah,
I want to be a writer.
Yeah, she only wants to take it because Mr. Bixler is the teacher. I'll drink. Maybe.
I told you to shut your big fat mouth.
Well, I think you'd be a fine writer. Maybe someday you'll even write greeting cards. Did you ask your dad?
Drink.
Did it not come through? He won't give it to me.
Yeah, well, no, even if it didn't go through, you drink, Veda. You drink.
Blame the internet.
It's my earbuds, but okay. He won't give it. He won't give it to me.
You don't know that. Go and ask him.
In the kitchen and family room, Harry and Veda watch TV. Harry lounges in his lazy boy half asleep, and we hear the theme to Love, American Style.
Yep. Veda, take your shoes off.
Drink.
Veda, take my shoes off. This nightly ritual doesn't fade Veda at all. She takes his shoes off.
And the socks, too.
Daddy, can I have $35?
That's a lot of money for a little girl.
It's for school. It's a summer writing class.
You're not flunking anything, are you?
No.
Separate the toes, too.
Not in there.
I don't
I'd
like
rather
that.
just go downstairs and work with the corpses.
Can anybody imagine in that movie if Anna Chlumsky had separated Dan Aykroyd's toes?
Oh, God.
While we're just not doing it's very different from the script. This script is very different from the movie. It's very
so.
Anyway, I'm enjoying it. Last week, you wanted to play the violin, and then you were going to be a ventriloquist.
Well, Shelly thinks that I'd be a good writer.
She said that?
Yep.
Sorry. Okay, Summer.
He forgot about the time I wanted to be a magician. I was really great at making myself disappear. That is so sad. Oh my God. This is so depressing.
In the foyer, Beta kicks a ball around. Harry and Wendy come up from the basement, leaving the basement door open.
You want to play kickball?
Beta, we have to ride out to the cemetery.
Beta.
Shelly, I'll be here. I'll
Have a drink, my friend.
That'll improve my vision. Shelly will be here any minute. Let's hurry.
Harry and Wendy leave. Beta accidentally kicks the ball downstairs and goes after it. In the basement, the room is dimly lit. She goes down the stairs and abruptly stops at the bottom stair, afraid to go further. We see her trying to decide whether to get the ball or go deeper into the basement. Seconds later, she makes her decision and runs beyond the bottom step. At the same time, Shelly enters the front door, sees the basement door open, and shuts it. Beta finds her ball, and as she walks back up, she sees a male corpse lying on the table. It scares the shit out of her. She frantically runs up the stairs and tries to open the door, but it's stuck. Her ball flies out of her hands and down the stairs, and she becomes hysterical and kicks and bangs and screams.
Let me out, please. He's going to kill me. Help.
Beta puts her hands over her ears and sings to distract herself. She crouches on the top stair in the fetal position and closes her eyes, but in the movie she sings Do-Wah-Diddy.
You twinkle above us, Lady Bloopy Bloopy. The morning star shine.
That's just
Veda?
Oh, what? 3?
Oh. Veda?
She sees her crouched up against the wall singing.
Veda, what happened?
Oh, yeah.
Beta.
Oh, sorry. I lost it. I couldn't. Sorry. That's all me.
Last how many times we were supposed to drink.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we just
pretty much.
It's a beta-thon over here.
My ball. I lost my ball.
Come on, sweetheart.
In the foyer, Veda runs to Gramu and jumps in her lap and hugs her, bearing her head into her chest. Gramu doesn't respond, and Shelly crouches beside her.
Veda, it's all right. Don't be frightened. Hey, you know what my mother used to say when I got scared? Well, she said I should close my eyes and imagine the most beautiful place in the whole world. A place with rainbows and flowers and little bunnies. And she said as long as I was thinking of it, I'd always be safe there.
What were you scared of?
This is going to sound silly, but when I was just about your age, my uncle took me to see The Wizard of Oz. Did you ever see it? Well, I loved the Scarecrow and the Cowardly Lion, but I was terrified of all the little dwarfs in Oz. I couldn't sleep at night because I thought they lived under my bed.
They can't help it if they're little.
Well, I know, but I thought they'd tickle me. Come on, Veda.
Beta.
Let go of Gramu. You're too big to be sitting on her lap. Come here.
Are there willow trees in your special place?
Yes, I think so.
Her biggest fear was that a bunch of munchkins were going to come out from her bed and tickle her.
And tickle her.
Wow. In the front yard, one end of a jumping rope is tied to a pillar on the front porch.
White people have problems too.
Do you?
Wow, we've got little people tickling us at night.
Well, she actually called them dwarfs, so she used the politically correct
could you
term.
imagine these little people tickling us at night?
That's some problems I want.
I'm Brennan.
These are called, they're not first world problems, they're dwarf world problems. Beta swings the other end as Thomas J skips the rope.
7, 8.
Go faster.
I can't. My arm hurts.
Shelly drives up in the camper, and Veda sees her and lets go of the rope. As a result, Thomas J. falls.
Oh, hey, what'd you do that for?
Let's ask Shelly if we can look inside her camper.
Okay.
They run to the camper. Shelly comes out.
Can we look around in your camper?
Sure. I'll give you the royal tour.
In the camper, Thomas J. pokes his head through beads that are hanging between the body of the camper and the driver's seat.
Wow, this is the coolest thing. What? So, and you can really just eat and sleep in here?
Yep.
Shelly pushes the beads to one side, and Thomas J. jumps behind the wheel and pretends to drive.
I'm going to drive us to, it wasn't Buffalo. He said the Ringo.
Liverpool.
Liverpool. I'm going to drive us to Liverpool.
Liverpool?
It's the only place he's ever been to. His aunt lives there.
Oh. Would you guys like a soda?
I would.
Thomas?
Yes, please.
Shelly opens a small refrigerator, pulls 2 sodas out, and places them on the table. Thomas J. and Veda sit around the table, and Shelly pulls a tiny tray of miniature ice cubes out.
Whoa! Look at how small those ice cubes are. Veda, look!
Veda's not interested at all in those goddamn ice cubes.
But what are you reading?
Oh, you shouldn't be looking at that. It's a little too old for you.
Did you read all these books?
Yes.
What are they about?
Love and romance.
Ugh, gross.
They're just fun to read.
Are you married?
No, I'm divorced.
Daddy said it's bad when people get divorced.
Sometimes married people just find out they can't live together.
The Myers are divorced. Hey, Shelly, can I have a cookie?
He looks in the jar and pulls out money.
Go away. What? These are these cookies?
Oops. You found my special hiding place.
What are you saving for?
Nothing special, just putting it away for a rainy day.
Cuckoo, cuckoo.
Go. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm supposed to be home at noon for lunch. Thanks, Shelly. Okay, see you later, Veda.
He splits. Drink.
Oh. Well, Miss Veda.
Oh, drink.
Yeah.
What do you say we go back over?
Can I use your bathroom first?
Sure.
You don't have to wait. Daddy will be mad if you're late anyway.
Alrighty.
Veda slowly walks to the bathroom. When Shelly is gone, Veda sneaks over to the cookie jar and commits an act of theft.
She does it in the script?
She does it.
Because in the film, it doesn't fully show it.
It doesn't show it, but yeah. That's where she gets the money. I think it's also a crime that she chooses to pee in a camper when there's a house right next door, too. That's
Fair.
also very strange.
These are the real injustices. Once in the 2nd grade, my class went swimming at the YMCA. I found a hairball in the drain of one of the showers. I don't know why I ate it, but I do know that it tasted better than the castor oil Mr. But I do know that it tasted better than the castor oil Mrs. Bobolitz made me drink afterwards.
There's an image. In the community center, several hippies sit around a table. They are a mix of men and women in their late 20s. Mr. Bixler is also present. Red Flower stands up reciting a poem.
I sang a song for you to hear. I painted a picture for you to see. I picked a rose for you to smell. I planted grass for you to touch. But you did not hear my song. You did not see my picture. You did not smell my rose. And you did not touch my grass.
The class claps.
Oh, wow. I really felt that.
Red Flower sits down and Veda enters.
Veda, what are you doing here?
I paid the money.
For the class?
Yes, I want to be a writer.
But this is an adult poetry class. I don't think you'll fit in.
Hey, man, I think it's real beautiful. She wants to write poetry. Children are so beautiful, man.
Yeah, aren't you my precious little sister?
Okay. Please, take a seat.
Veda sits between Tamara and Red Flower. She looks completely out of place.
You know, I experienced something the other day with my old man, and I wrote a poem on it.
Is Glenn Mr.
Share away, Persephone.
Persephone?
Persephone?
Stephanie?
Persephone. I don't know who's Glenn.
Sure
Who's
thing.
Glenn?
I guess it's Glenn Bixler.
Oh.
Persephone stands up to read.
Persephone.
He covers me like a blanket from the cold, damp night. As I look into his eyes, oh my God, this is her dad. I know it's right to touch, to feel, to know he's real. Flesh, all a mesh. Flesh, all a mesh. I can't fight it. There's no point. I wake up and light a joint.
It's a little hot from the piece. Veda raises her hand.
Yes?
I wrote a poem too.
Please.
Bixler motions for Veda to stand up in front of the class. She stands up.
Ode to Ice Cream by Veda Sultanbush.
Drink.
All right.
I like ice cream a whole lot. It tastes good on days that are hot. On a cone or in a dish, this would be my only wish. Vanilla, chocolate, or rocky road, even with pie, a la mode. That's all I got so far.
Everybody's afraid to comment.
That was nice, Veda.
Drink.
Oh, yeah.
You know, it's sweet and it rhymes and everything, but you're not expressing what you feel in your soul.
Yeah. Tell us how you see the world. Your fears, your dreams, your innermost secrets. They are there. Find them. Share them with us.
My fears, my secrets. I'm afraid I killed my mother.
Shit just got dark.
That was a voiceover, by the way. She didn't say that in class.
Yeah.
Also, the
She
lines
would be
were
out.
really switched. A lot of the
Well,
people,
Mr. Bixler.
Yeah, those are all
the lines
Bixler.
are Mr. Bixler lines, and
It was too creepy.
Is Mr. Bixler Bill Pullman, or did I make that up? It's that other guy, isn't it?
Griffin
It's
Dunn.
not- Oh, it
It's
is.
like a,
Griffin Dunn.
yeah.
Griffin Dunn is supposed to be the sex symbol in that movie.
That's right.
Wow.
Okay.
There's another time.
He's kind of cute. He's kind of cute.
Sure was.
In the kitchen family room, Gramu sits in her rocker motionless. Harry crouches down with a bowl of soup and spoon feeds her.
Here, Mama.
Gramu eats,
One more spoonful.
eats some more.
Your hair's all a mess. I'll fix it.
Harry pulls a comb out of his back pocket and combs it. Shelley observes.
Harry,
Harry turns.
Hi.
I just wanted to let you know that the room's all set up and I arranged the flowers. They delivered.
Thank you. I wanted to apologize about the other day about Veda.
Drink.
I was a little harsh.
No, I shouldn't be sticking my nose into other people's business. It's just that I like Veda so much.
Drink.
No, thank you. Gosh, yeah.
It was a Billy, right?
You know,
Get
after
ready
my
again.
wife died, Gramu moved
Died.
in to take care of
Oh,
Died
snap.
and Veda. Jiminy.
Died.
He
Cricket.
died. Yeah, this monologue is just death and Veda.
which is that's so annoying because I'm loving you two doing this. I'm like wanting to cry, but every time I keep having to.
It's very cheap whiskey, so I am crying because of that. They were very close, but lately, as her mind's been wandering more and more, Veda's been acting a little crazy.
Veda.
But she'll snap out of it.
I'm sure she will.
They share a slight smile. At the lake, Veda and Thomas J sit under a huge weeping willow tree fishing. Their poles lie on the ground.
Nothing's biting today.
Thomas J gets up and climbs a tree.
Maybe they had a big breakfast.
Look at me!
Big deal. I can do that too.
Yeah, I'm gonna be an acrobat when I grow up.
No, you won't.
Also, you're for many reasons. Also, because your mother won't let you.
Hey, oh, hi. My glasses fell off.
Thomas J's red and white bobber begins bobbing.
Thomas J, you got something.
What? Oh no.
Crash.
Hurry.
Dude, I can't find my glasses.
He's looking. All hell breaks loose.
Reel it in.
I'm trying.
He struggles, but finally reels it in, and it's a little tiny ass fish.
It's only a sunny. Throw it back.
I don't like you. I don't like touch. I don't.
Drink.
Give you a big drink for that.
I was just finding the mood. I was as actors.
He was
Giving us options.
Okay. I couldn't find the. I didn't like touching fish. Okay.
You caught it.
Thomas J thinks and then puts his foot on the fish on the ground.
What are you doing?
I'm gonna pull the hook out without having to, I don't know, touch it.
He yanks at the fish, and this pisses Veda off.
You're hurting him. Don't kill him.
I can't get the hook out.
Stop it. Move.
Veda pushes Thomas J aside. She picks up the fish and wiggles the hook out. Suddenly, the hook pricks her.
Ow.
She throws it in the water. Blood runs down her thumb.
I'm bleeding. Darn hook. Did he get away? Go look.
Thomas J goes and looks, and he murdered the fish.
Yeah, he got away.
Liar.
Yeah, he's gone. Okay, good. Come on, let's go. I'm sick. I'm sick of fishing.
Oh, okay.
Hey, since my finger's bleeding, let's become blood brothers.
No, I don't want to do that.
Why are you in such a hurry? I'll prick you real quick. It doesn't hurt that much.
Yeah, no, come on. I don't want to.
Hey! You could pick that scab on your arm. Gross.
It's a mosquito bite.
It'll bleed.
Yeah, if I do it, can we go? If I do it, can we go?
Yes.
They sit down. He picks the scab, and it bleeds.
Okay. Throw them together.
Oh, this is your idea. Still
gross. Let's do it though. Blood brothers forever. Blah blah blah. Me.
They do their thing. I remember seeing this in like 1991, and even at that time thinking, in the time of AIDS, this is not a good thing to be showing children.
It's a weird choice.
Yeah.
We did it.
In the 70s, we did that stuff.
But we did it, and you can't back down. You made me do it, and we did it.
I did. We're blood brothers for life. Guess what, though? Your life, not that much longer.
That's cold-blooded.
Oh, so you read the script. We were told not to read the script.
I'm familiar.
In the foyer, a viewing has just begun. Several mourners walk by. Veda shuts the sliding door that closes.
You wanted me dead this whole time.
And holds the Scrabble.
Who, me?
Veda opens the basement door and sticks her Scrabble game between the door and the wall so it won't completely close. She walks downstairs. Wendy, her sister, sits on a stool reading. Veda sits on the steps.
Do you want to play Scrabble?
No.
Monopoly? I'll give you Boardwalk and Park Place.
No. Did you lock Grandma up?
Is she mad at me?
Grandma?
She doesn't talk to me anymore.
Veda, she's old. She's senile.
Veda.
Oh,
Well, Daddy's old.
I like Grandma.
How long is she gonna stay senile for?
People don't get better from it.
Remember when she used to dance with me? I would stand on her feet and we would dance in the kitchen.
You're really annoying me.
Why do you always want to stay down here?
Usually it's quiet and I can read.
But don't you want to go swimming or ride bikes?
Veda, you're just a mere child, still unscathed by the harshness and cruelties of life.
Veda.
I'll throw in Marvin Gardens. My sister's a lot older than me. Daddy said I was a surprise. Stephen Wallace once put a spider down my back. I didn't like that surprise.
Hey, who's the Stephen Wallace character? The casket showroom. Harry polishes the caskets as Shelley enters.
What can I do for you?
Nothing. I just wanted to see what you're up to.
These things get so dusty in here.
What smells so good?
That? Formaldehyde?
Harry, do you ever go to the movies?
No, not really.
How about out to dinner?
Not too often.
Do I have to hit you over the head?
Huh?
I want to know if you'd like to go out with me.
Last date I had was probably back in 1941. But I remember doing the asking.
The times they are a-changing.
No, I'm still too old-fashioned to let a woman take the reins. Hand me that rag.
Harry begins to dust. Shelley's disappointed.
But if you want to go with me to the church bingo game tomorrow night, you're welcome to.
Shelley smiles. In Harry's
Shelley, you can do better. Shelley.
Take those reins, Shelley. Take the reins.
Sorry, Harry. Shelley can do better.
He knows.
Harry is all dressed up, putting the final touches on as Veda walks by. She stops and looks in.
Why are you all dressed up to go play bingo?
Want to look nice.
You never cared before.
Shelley's coming over, and we're going to go together.
Why?
She likes to play bingo.
Can I go? Can I go too?
You stay and you keep Grandma company.
Harry walks down the stairs and out the front door as Veda watches. She sits on the steps and looks lost in thought. Suddenly, she jumps out and runs out the front door, runs down the street, and stops at Thomas J's house. She climbs a tree in his yard, peeks in the house, and sees Thomas J eating dinner with his mother and father. She waves at him to get his attention and motions for him to come outside. He sneaks out.
Hey, Veda.
Drink.
Veda.
Oh,
Twice. Where are you? Where are you?
Here.
Good. Don't do that.
Sorry.
Okay, what do you want? My mom will skin me alive if she knew you were out here.
Let's go down to the church hall. They're playing bingo tonight.
Well, I told you, I totally get in trouble.
Drink.
You're a big fat sissy. Scaredy cat.
Am not.
Bedwetter.
I stopped that.
You're right. Thomas J chases her. At the church hall, Harry helps Harry helps Shelley get out of the car. They walk to the hall. Veda and Thomas J run to the hall. Veda spots Harry's parked car.
What? Are we gonna play?
Just watch. Come on.
The hall is filled with mid to very senior citizens. Everyone takes notice of Shelley with Harry. The A few people walk by and say hello. 3 elderly women, the DeBolt sisters, whisper frantically among themselves and keep looking over at them. Harry and Shelley sit down. The DeBolt sisters sit at the end of the same table, still whispering. An elderly man and woman sit across from Harry and Shelley, and an announcer sits in the room in front of them. In front of the room.
All right. Is everybody ready?
A few yeses.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, okay.
We're ready.
Yes.
I-34.
Everyone checks the card. Harry and Shelley don't have it. The DeBolt sisters cover their cards. The elderly man and woman check their card.
What did he say?
11. E4.
Beta and Thomas J watch the game. Thomas J spots Harry and Shelley and points to them.
Hey, there's your dad and Shelley.
Shh. I don't want them to see me.
What? Why not?
Because I'll get in trouble.
The game continues. Harry and Shelley now have a few
Drink.
Have a few put on their cards. Shelley begins to rub Harry's arm. He becomes embarrassed and his face turns red.
E46.
Everyone checks his card. Shelley rubs the back of Harry's neck and the elderly woman stares right at them. Harry's extremely uncomfortable and fidgets.
X13.
He takes his wife's card. Nothing. The elderly woman is no longer interested in the game. She finds Harry and Shelley much more fascinating.
How are you tonight, Mrs. Swoop?
What did he say?
He wants to sell you some dope.
Oh, hey.
The elderly man and woman get up and move to another table.
This is like a Seinfeld episode, like when Seinfeld meets his like parents in South Florida or something like that.
I'm like offended in a way. As a Hebrew person.
Beta watches intensely. Thomas J sits on the floor with his face in his hands, looking down at the ground.
Can we go yet? Okay, it's no fun just watching.
Go.
You know I'm not allowed to go out by myself after dark.
Beta sees Harry and Shelley looking into each other's eyes, and Shelley looks like she's going to lean over and kiss Harry. Beta's not taking any chances.
Bingo!
A collective sigh of disappointment is heard. Everyone clears his card. Harry and Shelley don't get to kiss.
Will the winner raise their hand?
Everyone looks around but sees nothing.
What's going on here?
People are furious. Beta and Thomas J watch.
Now we can go.
Beta and Thomas J run to his front yard and they flop down on the grass.
You're crazy.
I thought it was funny.
Oh.
Thomas, are you out there?
Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up.
Oh, he puts his hand over Veda's mouth and she bites it.
Why'd you do that?
I couldn't breathe. You know how frail I am.
Thomas James Sinnott, I'm not going to shout again.
Thomas J jumps up and runs to his house. From Veda's POV, we see Thomas J being scolded by his mother. Veda stands there for a few seconds. Veda walks in the foyer of her quiet house and goes upstairs. She hears a car pull up and she looks out and sees Harry helping Shelley out of the car.
I had a good time tonight.
It's been a long time since I had a bingo partner.
Would you like to come in?
Well.
Just for a minute?
Okay. Well, only for a minute.
They go inside.
Have you ever seen my house before?
Yeah, no, it's nice.
Can I get you something to drink?
No, I'm fine.
They sit down. Shelley puts her hand on Harry's knee and he becomes nervous. She leans over to him and he suddenly springs up.
I'm sorry, Shelley. I don't think I can do this.
It's all right.
And the dating stuff is all new to me. I've never dated anyone since my wife died.
Died?
How did she die?
Died.
Oh.
We were much older when we had Veda.
Veda?
Veda.
And the pregnancy was hard on her. She died.
Died?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
2 days after Veda
Harry's not
shit.
gonna talk
was
anymore.
born.
I'm so sorry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, I better get going.
Harry gets up to leave. Shelley follows him. He opens the door and says half in and half out.
Harry, can we play bingo again sometime?
They go for it. An awkward kiss.
Yes.
In Veda's bedroom, she witnesses it. Alarmed, she runs in front of the mirror. She then holds a clump of her hair with her left hand so it stands straight up. She karate chops it with her right hand, and the clump of her hair falls out. He looks down at the clump in her hand.
It's like Edward
Darn
Scissorhands.
chemotherapy.
What? I'm glad they cut that.
Whoa.
Reading this whole script.
Community center. Veda and the group sit in the grass.
I thought we'd try group meditation today.
Far out.
What's that?
Wait, I think this is Richard.
Red flower.
You can't hear Richard.
Wait,
He's muted.
He's
he's muted.
saying it. Oh yeah. There you go.
There he is.
Okay, it's really cool. Okay, like what you have to do is send out your vibes to the group.
If you can get in touch with other people's feelings, your poetry will improve. Get in the circle.
They get into a circle.
Get into the meditation position and just relax. You should feel you should feel what the other person is feeling.
Drink. You messed
Yeah,
up.
I know.
Drink.
Thank you.
You're all night. You're all night.
Without speaking any words.
The group gets into the position except for Veda. Red flower.
That's a drink.
Whoever that was. Yeah.
That's a drink.
Brennan's calling me. It's not fair. Brennan is calling me.
Ow!
Brennan, you're on mute.
And he's muted.
You're just on mute, you dummy. Just unmute yourself.
The group gets.
Yes, I called him to get himself shit together. I needed.
The group gets into the position except for Veda. Red flower helps her assume the position.
Ew.
Nah, son, I ain't done with that. No.
Close your eyes. Relax your muscles. And breathe easily.
The group gets right into it except Veda. She's uncomfortable and peeks at everyone else.
Send out your vibes and receive them at the same time. Can you feel it? Open your eyes.
They do.
That was really groovy, man.
Heavy. Glenn?
Is Glenn there?
Drink.
Sorry.
Drink.
Sure.
I could
Wait,
feel
OJ.
that Tamra is one with the earth. She's so cosmically in tune.
Oh, right on. That's exactly what I sent out. And I felt you were full of peace and inner harmony.
My turn. Okay, like, you are overflowing with love and light.
And I can feel fertility flowing through every limb of your body.
And Veda,
Drink.
Ooh.
what did you feel from Red Flower?
I feel that he has a hangnail.
The mood is perfect.
No, Veda.
Drake.
Drink.
Oh.
That's not what we're after. A hangnail is insignificant. What's in his soul? Feel his aura.
I don't know if I'm allowed to.
Here, try this. They're love beads. They'll permeate you with peace, love, and joy.
Tamara takes the love beads off from her neck and puts them on Veda.
We'll give you another shot. Let's do this again. This time, get in touch, Veda. Go deep.
Veda.
Let the energy flow. Connect.
They meditate.
Grandma once had a hangnail on her big toe. It got infected, and the doctor had to slice it off. I don't think Grandma thought it was insignificant.
In her bedroom, Veda is in her pajamas and gets out of bed. She walks through the quiet house. Grandma lies in her bed, and Veda cautiously peers into the room and walks in. She sits on the bed and gets into the meditation position. She holds Grandma's hand, hoping it will connect her in the darkness. Shelly stands in front of... I know, that's sweet, right?
It's all sad. This script is so sad. I'm going to cry by the end. I'm just saying, I've had too much vodka to not cry at these children's sweetness. It's so sad and dark and very bad.
Yeah.
Your monologue is going to be a roller coaster.
My God.
I'm just going to have to skip and just be like, no, I drink through it. Someone else.
In the downstairs bathroom, Shelly stands in front of the mirror applying lipstick. Veda walks by, and Shelly sees her in the mirror.
Hey, Veda.
Oh,
Are you going out somewhere?
Nope.
Well, how come you're putting lipstick on?
Girl's always got to look her best.
Well, I think lipstick looks fake. No one has lips that red.
Have you ever tried any?
No.
Sit down here.
Shelly points to the toilet, and Veda sits down.
Okay. Quit squirming. I'm going to miss your mouth.
She finishes.
Okay. Take a look. No, wait. Blot your lips like this.
She gives her some toilet paper.
I think it looks real pretty on you.
She licks her lips.
It tastes funny.
Well, you're not supposed to eat it.
Do you think I'm pretty?
Oh, Veda, you're very pretty. You've got great big sparkling eyes and the cutest little nose.
Well, the boys at school don't think I'm pretty.
Oh, what do they know? Boys at that age are more interested in snakes and puppy dog tails. You just wait. They'll come around. Sit down again. I want to bring out those gorgeous eyes of yours. Now, the first rule in applying makeup is that you can never wear enough blue eyeshadow.
She puts on some eyeshadow.
This is my drink the whole rest of your... That line is the mine. Never have enough blue eyeshadow. That's the one.
I like it's words to live by. Absolutely.
It is. I know. Sorry, Amanda.
Okay, close your eyes.
Do you like putting makeup on people?
Yes. But I've been trying to get to Hollywood for years now so I could do makeup for all the movie stars. But I haven't gotten there yet.
Well, it's probably better. I've heard they can be different.
Okay, open your eyes. Have a look.
Veda opens her eyes as they stand in front of the mirror. The eyeshadow looks horrible on Veda.
Shelly, did you ever have any kids?
No.
On the front porch, Thomas J. sits on the front steps. Veda, still wearing the makeup, walks out.
I think this Veda walk would be the line that I would finish my drink for.
Get it?
Get it.
Thomas J.
Hey, is your lip bleeding?
Drink.
No.
Okay, well then what's wrong with your eyes?
A girl can never wear enough eyeshadow.
Thomas J. is confused.
Where's your bike?
In the garage. Give me a ride.
Before he can answer, Veda jumps on his bike seat. Thomas struggles to get pedaling, but finally gets it. Veda opens the garage door, and there's junk everywhere. She walks over to his bike as Thomas J. sits on it.
Hey, one of my streamers is gone.
Only one set of streamers hangs from the handlebars. Thomas J. puts his bike down to come to her aid, and Veda looks around on the ground.
Probably fell off in here. Help me look.
Thomas J. looks and finds a box and then starts going through it. Old photographs.
Yeah. Hey, Veda.
Veda.
Oh.
Drink.
Oh, great.
Hey, Veda, look at the old pictures of. Wait, look at the pictures of your dad.
Where?
I don't know. I found it in this box.
Veda looks at the picture. It's of Harry smiling proudly in front of a 55 Chevy.
Look at that old corny old car.
Veda looks at the box. She comes across another photograph of Harry with a woman, Veda's mother, standing in front of the same car.
Who's that with your dad?
My mother.
Veda is overcome.
Do you remember her?
No.
Where do you think she is?
Grandma says she's in heaven.
What's going on, Brennan?
What's happening?
I think I'm feeling a lot of things. And I'm
What?
Like talking about, I mean, we're playing a drunken game and I'm getting drunk and then we're talking about what happens when we die. And so I'm just having a moment while I think about it. So let me have my moment.
It's sad.
It's sad.
Yeah, what who's that with your dad?
It's my mother.
Do you remember her?
No.
Where do you think she is?
Well, Grandma says she's in heaven.
What do you think that's like?
What?
Heaven.
I don't know.
I think everyone gets their own white horse, and all they do is ride them and eat marshmallows all day long. And everybody is best friends with everybody. And when they play sports, there are no teams, so nobody gets picked last.
Okay, so what if you're afraid to ride a horse?
It doesn't matter, Thomas J. Because they're not regular horses. They got wings, so it's no big deal if you fall. You just land in a cloud.
Yeah, it doesn't sound so bad. Okay, come on, let's go. Well, I mean, we'll never find her streamers.
Thomas J goes to his bike. Veda puts the photo down and gets on it. Thomas J pedals ahead of her. Veda stops her bike, jumps off, and runs back and grabs the photo and folds it and puts it in her pocket.
Hurry up!
What?
They pedal away. Backyard. Harry cooks hamburgers and hot dogs on the barbecue. There's a nice spread of food. Shelly and Veda, wearing her love beads, play horseshoes, and Veda throwing the horseshoe around the spike. She is victorious. She jumps around with her hands in the air.
I won! Champ Veda! Pro Veda!
Drink again.
Oh.
Well, congratulations. Let's see how your father's doing.
Veda and Shelly walk over to the barbecue, and Shelly gives Harry a playful little hug from behind.
How you making out, Chef?
Almost ready.
I love your apron. Why don't we put a little music on? I bought a Beatles album yesterday.
I don't go in for that long hair heavy stuff. They'll be ready in a minute.
Let's play another game.
No, honey, you tired me out.
Please?
Maybe later. I want to talk to your dad.
Come and get it. Get yourself a roll.
Harry, do you want a hamburger or a hot dog?
Hamburger.
Shelly grabs 2 hamburger rolls. Veda takes a hot dog roll, and Harry gives them their food and scoops the baked beans. They're being warmed up on the barbecue onto their plates.
Come on, Veda. I made some potato salad and coleslaw.
Harry and Shelly sit on the same side of the picnic table as Veda sits across from them.
What time are we going to the fireworks?
But we thought we'd stay home and watch him from here. Your daddy said to be able to see from the backyard.
Besides, parking will be a mess.
But you said we'd go. We go every year.
You're getting too old for it anyway.
Veda suddenly eats. She chews her food. I'm assuming that means food. Like a cow as Harry and Shelley flirt with each other. Veda continues to chew and then opens her mouth. Seafood.
Nah.
Harry and Shelley don't pay attention to her. Veda drops her fork and bends down to get it. And while under the table, she sees Harry's hand on Shelley's knee. She crawls under the table and pops up between them, causing Harry to drop his hamburger on his lap.
I want to sit over here.
For Christ's sake, Veda. What are you doing? You got mustard on my shirt.
Veda gets up, grabs a plate, and walks over to the barbecue. She puts a hamburger on the plate, and she does as Harry shouts.
Don't give her any of the baked beans.
Because she'll fart. Veda turns her back to them, lifts up a big serving spoon, and scoops a ton of baked beans on the plate. A sinister look comes over her face. She runs down the stairs past Shelley.
Hey, where are you off to?
Nowhere. I'm late.
She runs out, hops on a bike, and pedals down the street. Later, Red Flower pulls up next to her on his motorcycle. Age of Aquarius plays as he drops her bike and gets a lift. The scene goes into the following montage. Persephone paints a peace sign on Veda's face. Glenn strums a guitar as the rest sit on the grass beside him and sing. The group meditates. Bixler picks a flower and sticks it in Veda's hair. Creepily, she's smitten. In the basement at night, Veda takes her shoe off, places it between the door, and walks downstairs. Wendy sits on the stool reading.
Where's everybody?
Dad and Shelley went out.
Where'd they go?
I don't know. But there's a casserole in the refrigerator you can heat up.
Daddy likes Shelley, doesn't he?
I don't know.
Does he love her?
Love is nothing more than a momentary distraction from the emptiness of love.
Look what Mr. Bixler gave me.
Holds up a flower.
So what?
He's my teacher. I think he likes me.
Please.
He does!
Veda.
Veda.
He's a grown man. He can't possibly like you.
You're just saying that because nobody ever likes you.
Grow up, Veda. You're just a little girl.
I am not.
Veda sticks her four fingers in her ears so she won't hear Wendy and mumbles gibberish.
No. My sister used to be a nicer person when she was engaged to a guy named Jason. But he dumped her to follow the dead.
Dead?
Whoa.
Oh.
That's
Whoa,
a
good call.
Yep.
And now she buries the dead.
Dead?
Double.
Well, I think it could have worked out.
In the examining room, Veda sits on the table and opens her mouth as Dr. Welty looks down her throat.
Can you see it?
No.
It's there.
Veda, there's no chicken bone stuck in your throat.
Veda abruptly shuts her mouth and points to his
Veda, you missed it. You missed it.
I drank on that, Veda.
Oh, sorry.
Dr. Welty, are you sure those are yours?
In the waiting room, Thomas J. sits on top of the counter talking with the nurse. She shows him a syringe.
So you put the water in here, and now you have...
Pushes the plunger and water squirts.
A water gun.
TJ, that's you, boo-boo.
TJ.
Thomas J.
TJ, that's you, boo-boo.
Brennan.
Drink?
Tell him after read.
And it would be so funny if I could just like jump to it. I can't. Would you give me a page?
Yes, it's
Page 64.
Bottom of script page 63.
Okay.
Yes. And the line is cool. Can I get one for Veda?
I think she's scared. No, that can't be it.
Close though.
Guys, we're on page 64 before the first person lost their place in the script. This is an accomplishment.
They're alive! Run for your life!
What?
No. Cool. Can I get one for Veda? If that's your line.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, cool. Can I get one for Veda?
Great.
Sure, honey.
The nurse walks to a cabinet, pulls out another syringe, and hands it to him.
Thomas, does Veda ever tell you why she comes down here so much?
Veda, there's another.
Because she's dying.
Do you think she is?
Dying. She thinks she's dying. And honestly, every once in a while she'll come down and I'll be like, Veda, you're a kid. We're kids. We don't know what's going on. And
no.
Why do you think she says that?
I don't know. I need to have you guys tell me where I am because I'm just gonna make it up.
So straight up top of 64.
64.
Right up. Right there.
Okay, I think there it is. Oh.
I thought we told you open it on your screen. Wasn't that the discussion we had?
Too many things. I think she gets scared of all the dead people in her house.
Dead.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
And you know how they say if you can't beat them, join them? If she's one of them, then, it's not so scary. Oh.
Veda's lucky to have a friend like you.
Veda.
Thank you. Yeah, and she's my best friend.
Veda walks out of the examining room over to Thomas J.
You feeling any better, Miss Veda?
Drink.
As good as can be expected.
Thomas J holds up the syringes.
Look what we got. We can use them as squirt guns. Let's go try them out. Okay, bye, Nurse Randall.
Bye, kids.
At the lake, Veda and Thomas J run around trying to squirt each other with the syringes. They're having a good time.
Hey, whoa. I got you.
No, you did not.
Thomas J chases her over to a tree and spots a beehive in the tree. He stops. Veda walks over to him.
What are you looking at?
Sorry, there's a beehive up there.
What?
Up there.
So?
Okay, so let's knock it down.
Are you crazy? You'll get stung.
Okay, well then stand back. Stand back.
Veda and Thomas J keep a good distance from it. Thomas J picks up a rock and throws it at the hive. He misses.
What do you want to... That... No. What do you want the darn thing anyway?
Because they're neat. They're fucking neat. They're cool.
He throws another stone and hits the hive, but it doesn't fall.
Let me try.
They throw several rocks and fail because they're children.
Oh, come on.
Finally, it falls.
We got it.
Veda looks down.
Ah! My moon ring, it fell off. It fell off. Uh-oh.
It sounded in character, at least.
I liked it.
My moon ring, it fell off. Help me find it.
They search for the ring, and the bees begin to swarm. Thomas J.
Oh, they're alive. Okay, run for your life. They're alive.
At that instant, Veda finds the ring but drops it when Thomas J yells. She jumps up and runs with Thomas J to the lake.
Yeah, no, seriously, they're after us.
Jump in the water.
Okay, but I got clothes on.
Veda doesn't have time to argue. She jumps in the water. Thomas J hesitates and then jumps in. They stay under. In the foyer, Veda walks in soaking wet. She looks around hoping not to be spotted and tiptoes. She's almost to the stairs when we hear,
Veda, is that you?
yes, and now drink.
Yes.
We're going to go to York tonight, to the fair. You ready to go in 5 minutes? Shelley's going with us.
Her smile fades. A country carnival is going on. Folks is riding the Ferris wheel and the merry-go-round. A little boy eats cotton candy and a clown falls into the water in the Dunkin' booth. Harry, Shelley, and Veda park the car as a Boy Scout directs them. Harry, Shelley, and Veda walk through the carnival, y'all.
Oh, I just love the carnival. Veda, which ride is your favorite?
Drink!
The freak show.
Look there, the merry-go-round. Come on.
Shelley pulls Harry and Veda to the ride, and the music spinning wheel plays. Veda rides one of the horses. Harry and Shelley sit in the carriage behind her holding hands. She is disgusted. In the goldfish booth, Harry and Shelley watch as Veda throws a ping pong ball into one of the numerous fish bowls that are stacked up. Each fish bowl contains a goldfish. She misses. Harry puts another quarter on the counter, and the attendant hands Veda another ping pong ball. She throws it, and it lands in a fish bowl. On the Ferris wheel, Veda sits between Harry and Shelley as they ride the Ferris wheel. She holds her goldfish in a plastic bag. As Harry, Shelley, and Veda walk through the carnival, Shelley nudges Harry and points to Veda. She motions to tell her. Harry shrugs, meaning, oh, no. Veda holds her goldfish. Shelley stands next to her as Harry throws a baseball at a stack of cans and knocks them over. Basically, they're doing a lot of carnival shit, y'all. On the roller coaster, Veda, Harry, and Shelley are strapped in. Veda sits in the middle holding her fish.
Oh, I'm too old for this.
The roller coaster begins to move, and Shelley grabs on a safety bar. Veda notices she's wearing a diamond ring.
Where'd you get that?
Harry and Shelley exchange glances. Should they tell? Should they not? The roller coaster slowly climbs, and we hear the click, click, click.
Oh, tell her. I don't think I can keep it in much longer.
All right. Veda, Shelley and I are getting married.
Veda jumps off the roller coaster and falls to her death. The end. No, just as Veda hears the news, the roller coaster reaches the top and plummets down. Veda screams. The other couple of the ride join in screaming, and the roller coaster continues to go around. On the platform, Harry, Shelley, and Veda get off the roller coaster, and Veda looks pale and wan.
Oh, what do you think?
I think I'm going to be sick.
That's for the ride?
I guess.
Now, you and I will get to spend all of our time together and do all sorts of fun things.
They walk through the carnival.
I'm ready to call it a night.
And I want you to be my maid of honor.
Do I have to wear a dress?
Yes.
Of course she'll do it.
If I have to, then I'm wearing shorts underneath.
They despise the bumper cars.
I want to ride the bumper cars.
No, it's late.
Please.
It sounds like fun. I'll ride them with you. Harry, hold her fish.
This is the scene in the movie where Veda basically assaults Shelley in the bumper cars.
Yeah.
He just keeps slamming into her like a lunatic person. And Shelley gets more and more concerned for her safety and confuses while she's being assaulted by a small child. And then Veda says,
once Robin Snellbaker told me I was voted the most popular girl of the 4th grade. She lied. I got best personal hygiene instead, but I've learned to channel disappointment in a healthy way.
At Thomas J's house, Veda knocks on the front door, and Thomas J's mother answers it.
Hi, Veda.
Drink.
Yep, drink.
Can Thomas come out?
Sure, come on in.
Thomas J comes down the stairs. And says
something. I bet something.
I bet Thomas J has
You're
something.
muted. You're muted, boo.
He's not on mute.
You're muted.
He's not. Never mind.
There he is.
Did
you guys hear?
The page that I need to be on?
Page 71 at the bottom.
Your line is, hey, Veda.
Just say, hey, Veda.
Hey, Veda.
Drink.
I got it now. I'm there.
Okay.
Hi.
Hey, Veda.
Hi. Want to ride bikes?
Yeah.
Did you make your bed?
Yes.
You're not lying, because if I go up and it's not made.
Yeah, it's made.
Come here, you've got a milk mustache.
Thomas J sits down on the sofa. His mother bends down, licks her fingers, and wipes his mouth.
Thomas rubs it with her bare hand with no napkin and just rubs it. Just rubs it in. Nah.
Let's go. Bye, Mom.
Have fun, kids.
Yep. On the street, Veda and Thomas J pick up their bikes and get on.
I'm running away.
Where are you going?
Don't you want to know why?
Yeah, okay. Oh, why?
It's none of your business.
Okay, well, where are you running to?
California. I'm going to Hollywood to live with the Brady Bunch.
Okay, well, I want to live with them too.
No, you can't. They have enough kids. You'll have to stay with the Partridge family.
A few hours later, Veda and Thomas J ride their bikes. Thomas J's exhausted. He stops, lets it fall to the ground, and lies down on the grass.
You sissy.
No, I'm tired of running away, okay? Besides, we passed this street 3 times. We're not going or getting anywhere.
Veda hates to admit it, but he's fucking right. She drops her bike and lies down beside him.
So why are we running anyway? Where are we going?
My dad gave Shelly a ring.
Ugh. I don't know, was it a decoder?
Decoder.
A decoder ring? What's a decoder ring?
Decoder?
It's like they used to have them in these magazines where that you would put up the text and it would decode the message.
Oh,
Like
decoder, like in the
Christmas Story.
Christmas Story, yeah.
Yeah.
And I do not approve of this next line.
Well, I'm going to say, you're such an R word. He likes her better.
Kevin, just pick him up.
I do. She's real funny.
He likes her better than me.
What?
Never mind.
There we go. Now we're moving on to the next scene. Veda and Thomas J hide up in a tree across the street from Veda's house. Thomas J hangs upside down from a branch.
Veda, did we hide out long enough?
No, that's a drink, Kevin. That's a drink.
That's a true one.
Oh, but a Veda.
Oh, and a Veda.
That's 2 drinks.
I was making a split-second decision if I was going to, crackle my voice and be a weird Brennan, but I'll go with my Thomas J.
No.
I'm hungry. I can't last any longer.
Well, then go home, baby.
I have to anyway. My mom will be worried.
Leave then. Some friend you are.
You can come to my house for dinner.
No, I'm hiding out.
Okay, I'll see ya.
Thomas J climbs down the tree, and Veda sits in the tree all alone. Her stomach growls. Veda still sits up there. Seconds later, she climbs down and walks across the street to her house. Veda walks in. She slams the door. She smiles from ear to ear and waits for a second, but no one comes running. She walks past the family room and sees Harry sleeping with a newspaper. Grandma is silent as ever. She walks solemnly up the stairs. No one gave a shit that she was gone.
In social studies, we read about the Lindbergh baby. Some people stole him right out of his house. I think I'll sleep with the window open tonight.
Veda is in the bathroom, and we see the closed door.
Oh my God!
Veda races out of the bathroom and down the stairs. She's hysterical. Veda frantically calls out for Wendy.
Wendy!
She runs down.
Wendy!
Still hysterical.
Veda, what's wrong?
Drink,
Where's
Veda.
Wendy?
Drink. Veda.
Where's Wendy?
You went with your dad to do some errand. What's the matter?
I'm hemorrhaging. The cancer's getting worse.
What do you mean hemorrhaging?
I don't want your help. I need Grandma.
Veda, did this happen in the bathroom? Veda?
Oh, 2 times?
Come upstairs with me. We need to talk.
Shelly and Veda sit on the bed.
And Daddy and my mother did that?
Veda, it's a very beautiful thing. And look, there never would have been a Veda.
Well, I think it should be outlawed.
Believe me, someday you'll feel different. Ding dong, it's Thomas J.
I don't want to see him. It's not fair. Nothing happens to boys.
Veda, you can't hide up here. Nothing's changed. Come on, go get the door.
Hi, Veda. Can you come out?
I don't know.
Please, it's really hot. We could go swimming.
No, get out of here.
She pushes him and he falls on the porch.
Get out and don't come back for 5 to 7 days.
She slams the door. A viewing is going on. Mourners walk into the room, and Veda locks Gramu up as she overhears Harry and Shelley in the other room, causing her to haphazardly lock the door. Veda watches Harry and Shelley. Gramu is up and sliding the door open. Veda continues to watch, and Harry and Shelley kiss.
Oh, I have to get out of here.
Let the dead bury the dead.
Let the who bury the who?
Oh!
Oh.
Oh my God.
Gramu shuffles across the viewing room.
What is she implying?
Oh,
What does that even mean? That means nothing.
I don't know what that means. Gramu shuffles in, and an old man lies in the casket. A single red rose lies on it. Gramu stands in front of the audience, picks up the rose, and uses it as a microphone and starts singing, "There's no business like show business." Harry and Shelley hear Gramu singing and race in. They see Veda watching from the foyer, and Gramu continues to sing.
Oh, I am so sorry. I've got her. Come on, Mama. It's all right.
Harry leads a singing Gramu out, and he walks her across the foyer and into the kitchen. Veda and Shelley watch as Harry locks Gramu up. Harry finishes, grabs Veda, and shakes her.
What were you thinking? It's your responsibility to lock her up. Do you have any idea how upset these people are in there?
Sure, it was an honest mistake.
Shelley, please. Go find something to do till it's over.
Veda runs out the front door. Veda hops on her bike and passes Thomas J.
Hey, wait up.
They're at the lake now.
Why do you think people want to get married?
When you get to be old, you just have to.
Who are you going to marry?
My parents will find someone for me.
I'm going to marry Mr. Bixler.
You can't marry a teacher. It's against the law.
It is not.
Yes, it is, because then he'll give you all A's and it won't be fair.
Not true. Have you ever kissed anyone?
Like they do on TV?
Yeah.
No.
Maybe we should.
Ooh.
Just to see what's the big deal.
I don't know how.
Here, practice on your arm like this.
Veda starts kissing. Yeah, who needs to tell when she's doing it?
Okay, enough practice. Close your eyes.
I won't be able to see.
Just do it. Okay. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 2.5.
Hazel closes her eyes and kisses Thomas J on the lips. Then they break away and look dumbfounded. Silence.
Say something, it's too quiet.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
They ride their bikes down the street.
I thought we were going to do it together because they do it together.
Oh, you're right. And it's okay, Veda. I'm sorry.
Guys, from the top. 1, 2, 3, go.
I pledge allegiance.
No, The script says it stands one nation. That is where I will participate. Aside from that, I will not participate.
The flag of the United States. Oh yeah, that's weird. That's different.
She just got peer pressured into doing it.
I'm sorry. We did it.
Okay.
Let's pretend it happened.
Let's pretend it
Yes,
happened.
kissing you.
I'm ready. It
They-
stands for
J-
justice.
Uh,
Okay, we're skipping.
indivisible, liberty, justice for all.
For all. Mwah. Okay. Don't you tell anyone.
Well, you better not either.
Well, let's spit on it.
Okay.
They spit and shake.
Okay, see you tomorrow.
All right. See ya. For the very last time in parentheses.
You die, you die, you die.
Veda.
What?
Oh yeah, drink.
Would you think of me
For what?
if you don't get to marry Mr. Bixler?
Oh.
Well, I guess.
Veda pedals off, and a thrilled Thomas J. pedals away. In the foyer, Veda walks upstairs past Shelley.
Dinner will be ready in 10 minutes. Go wash up.
In the field, Thomas J. rides his bike to the tree where the beehive was, throws his bike down, and looks for something in the grass. He searches for a few seconds and finds Veda's mood ring. Success! He clutches it in his hand. Nothing can go wrong now. He walks back to his bike, not watching where he is going, and suddenly he steps on the beehive. Several bees fly up his pants leg, and he jumps around trying to swat them. Hundreds of bees then attack him and cover his face. He screams and falls to the ground, and the last thing we see is his hand with the mood ring in a tight fist.
Oh, God.
No.
Jack Nicholson, Joker.
Very bad.
The
Very
doorbell
bad.
rings in the morning, and Harry answers it. A policeman enters, and he talks to Harry. We cannot hear the conversation. Harry runs to the bathroom and shuts the door. We hear him vomiting.
Okay, this is a good time for me to say that I've never actually seen this movie, and now I'm shook.
Oh, God.
Really?
What the goddamn?
Now you understand
God.
why we're raising money for bees?
Yeah.
All right.
Because it's
Hold
not
on.
the bees' fault. It's
Let me
not
take an
the
optional
bees.
drink and get back into this.
The bees were just being bees.
No, the bees are great. I got no problem with the bees.
Oh, so
Well,
they really
right.
matter to the environment.
All right.
It's bad, though. It's not good. It's not great.
Hi, Veda.
Drink.
I'm sorry, this line.
Mm.
Hi.
What are you doing?
My fish.
Is that the fish you won at the carnival?
Yes.
Getting big. Veda, come sit next to me.
Drink. Harry sits on the bed and pats it for Veda to sit down, and she does.
Hold on, I suspect I'm going to need this. Veda,
Drink.
something has happened to Thomas J. He stepped on the beehive last night.
I told him not to tease those things. I told him not to tease those bees. Did he get stung? Well, maybe I should just go over there and yell at him.
No, sweetheart, you can't.
Why not?
He was allergic to bees.
He's okay, isn't he? Well, tell me what's wrong.
Hooray.
There were just too many of them. I'm sorry, Veda.
Drink. Harry tries to hug her. She violently pulls away.
No! Children don't die.
Oh.
You
Drink.
said
Die.
Oh.
Oh, Jesus. Jiminy Crickets.
You said the coffins. Oh, jeez.
You said coffins were for children.
Oh.
Beta, please.
No, get out. Get out.
Beta.
I hate you. Get out. I hate you, you liar.
Harry leaves as Veda continues to throw things at him. Veda runs in the doctor's office pursuing the nurse. Veda runs in.
Veda, what's wrong?
I can't breathe. I'm suffocating.
It's all right. Take deep breaths. Come on, lie up here.
Wilkie leads Veda to the table and she lies down.
It hurts. It hurts real bad.
What hurts, Veda?
The bee stings. I can't breathe.
In the foyer, Shelley and Veda walk in. Veda walks up to a room and Harry enters.
How is she?
Not good. She won't talk to me. Why don't you speak to her?
I can't.
Harry walks out the front door, sits and puts his head in his hands. After a second, Shelley comes out.
Harry, why can't you talk to her?
What did I say? I'm sorry, Veda, but these things happen.
Drink.
You don't have to say anything. Just be with her.
I was born in this goddamn house. I remember on my 8th birthday, my mother planned a huge party for me and invited all my friends. And not one of them showed up. Real fucking funny. They were all too afraid to come. One mother thought the house was possessed. But my father said not to be upset because we were going. No. But my father said not to be upset because we were doing a far greater service for the community. I really wanted that party. I must have seen hundreds of funerals in this house. When it's an old person, you say, well, they had a wonderful life. But when he's 11, I still haven't figured it out.
Bruno, you should take that in for any time you need a monologue.
New audition piece.
People will be like, what's that from? And then when they realize, they'd be like, oh, no.
Actually, none of this is in the movie, so they wouldn't know what it's from.
That's right.
I never
I guess.
appreciated
Okay,
editing
so.
until now.
All right. But I still have to do my job, and
It's from She Had
they
Charms.
want the funeral tomorrow.
The hallway at dusk, Shelley stands outside Veda's door.
Veda? Won't you come down for dinner? Veda, please answer me.
Shelley's like the merchant of death for this game. She says Veda every other line. Veda doesn't answer. Shelley tries to open the door, but it's locked.
It's all right. You don't have to come out. I'll leave some food outside your door in case you get hungry.
In the foyer, Shelley walks down the stairs. The doorbell rings. She answers, and Judy stands in the doorway.
Hi. Is Veda home?
Yes. Come in.
No break now?
Veda, that's right. Judy enters.
Yeah, I'm in her class at school, and I wanted to tell her that I'm sorry.
That's very kind of you. But Veda's very upset. She won't see anyone.
Oh.
But maybe she'll feel better in a couple of days.
Will you tell her I came by?
I'll tell her.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Aww. Veda lies face down on her bed, motionless. Thomas Shay's funeral is taking place. His body lies in a casket surrounded by flowers. He's not wearing his glasses. His face is swollen, but not too badly. Thomas's mother cries on her father's shoulder. A mourner kneels in front of the coffin and says a prayer. Several other mourners sit in the chairs facing the casket. The minister arrives, and Harry greets him.
Hello, Reverend Miles.
Hi, Harry. Yeah, is the family here?
Yes.
I know the Simps are grateful to you for taking care of things so quickly. Excuse me, I'm going to go see if they need anything.
The minister walks over and talks to the Simps. Shelley stands outside Veda's door.
I see you ate everything. Veda, maybe you could come down for the funeral. Sometimes it helps. Veda?
Jesus Christ.
Kelly.
Jiminy Cricket.
Harry locks Gramu up as Shelley walks in.
She still won't come out. It's been a whole day. You have to do something.
The funeral's starting.
Open your eyes, Harry. She's 11 years old and her only friend in the world is dead.
Drink.
Ah,
Oh, what do you want from me?
you really wanted him at the most emotional moments, Billy.
I want you to stop hiding. You've lived your entire life among the dead.
Dead.
But you know nothing about it. You run, Harry.
Run. Who lives in a camper moving from town to town?
Nap.
Do you want to know why I took this job? I'll tell you why. I was so sick and tired of living in that thing. And when I saw your ad in the paper, believe me, the thought of working with dead people didn't thrill me.
Dead.
But when I drove up to the house, I saw that a family lived here, and I thought that if I am destined to live a life without a family or a home, then at least I could work in one and hope that maybe once in a while I'd be invited for a family supper.
What about those? What about when those suppers are disrupted because a car crashed or a fire or a boy stepped on a beehive?
I'm not asking you to stop feeling for those people. Harry, you're a good man. But life isn't just death.
Death.
Don't ignore the living. Don't ignore your daughter.
The minister enters.
I think it's best if we begin now.
All right.
Go into the viewing room. The minister stands by the coffin holding a Bible.
Please be seated. Now, the family has asked me to say a few words before we proceed to the cemetery.
Veda looks out the window at the hearse and sees two mourners dressed in black walking to the house. She walks over to her door and presses her ear against it.
But there are no words that I could say that would begin to express the loss and grief we feel.
Veda comes out of her room and sits on the top stair listening.
One word that keeps ringing in my head is why? Why would God take this little boy from us? Well, I can't give you an answer to that question. But I can tell you that God has chosen Thomas for some very special purpose.
Veda walks down the stairs and stands outside the viewing room, peeking in.
And we must find solace knowing that Thomas is now in God's care. Now, I would like to read a passage from the Bible, and I hope it will be of some comfort.
As the minister looks in the Bible to find the passage, Veda walks in and stands off to the side. Harry and Shelley spot her.
Matthew 19, verse 13. At one point, children were brought to him so that he could place his hands on them in prayer. The disciples began to scold them, but Jesus said, "Let the children come to me. Do not hinder them. The kingdom of God belongs to such as these." And he laid his hands on their heads before he left that place. Let us pray in silence for the soul of Thomas.
Everyone bows his head and prays. Veda walks up to the coffin as if she's in a trance, staring at Thomas J. Harry and Shelley are uneasy as they watch her. Suddenly, Veda crawls on the coffin.
I was muted. Let's go tree climbing, Thomas J.
And there it
That's the line. Finish your drink.
Oh my God.
Jiminy Crickets.
Harry, Shelley, and two mourners run over to her. They try to pull her off the coffin, but she's hysterical.
His face hurts.
Veda, no.
God damn it, Shelley.
Where's his glasses? He can't see without them. Put his glasses on.
They finally pull her off, and the mourners are shocked.
He's gone, Veda.
Oh, all of these.
He was gonna be an acrobat.
Please, sweetheart.
Veda shakes her head no and continues to back up. She then runs out the front door. Harry runs after her.
Veda!
To Mr. Bixler's front door for a second, and Mr. Bixler answers the door. I like to think in like Long John's.
Also, we just had a Veda as a drink.
Oh yeah, another Veda.
Veda. What's wrong? Are you okay? Come sit down.
Veda enters his house alone.
What?
Veda, drink.
Mr. Bixler needs to go too because he says beta every time.
I heard about Thomas J. I'm so sorry. I didn't.
Pretty Bloopy, you twinkle above us.
In the movie, it's there she was, just a walk.
Yeah, I don't know why this is the line. I don't understand.
Because they couldn't get the rights. They couldn't get the rights to the play.
For the script, I guess. I don't
Bloopy, bloopy, bloopy.
Bleedy, bleedy, bloop, bloopy, bleep, twinkle above us.
We don't have to talk about Thomas.
Got it.
Veda.
Bixler, come on.
What is it?
Red Sovereign Persephone said I should tell people what I feel.
Yes.
Mr. Bixler, I love you.
Veda. I'm flattered, but I'm way too old for you.
Oh no, Daddy's a lot older than Shelty. Oh no, Daddy's a lot older than Shelly.
But it's not the same.
And I could live here.
Veda.
Drinking.
Your father would miss you.
No, he wouldn't. I can't go home.
Suzanne, 28, walks in from the bedroom, interrupting them. She wears a robe. Bixler and Veda look over at her.
This happens in the bedroom.
Oh, yeah. Hi. Who's this?
Veda?
Oh, yeah.
Drink. Kevin
sorry.
Murray.
Sorry.
This is my fiance, Suzanne.
Hi, Veda.
Suzanne, come on.
A look of horror comes over Veda's face.
Oh, I'm sorry. We're getting married.
Drink.
In the fall. That's why I bought this house.
Veda stands up.
I'm real sorry about Thomas J.
Veda runs out down the street to the weeping willow tree by the lake and climbs it high. She sits on a branch, catching her breath. Seconds later, stuffs it. Oh no! Then she pulls out that photo of her mama and then puts it back in her pocket. And she's just all sorts of fucked up, y'all. She's really upset. Her best friend just got killed by a bunch of bees.
Thumbs down. Not liking it.
Yeah.
Very sad. Like,
And then back in the foyer, Shelley lets a policeman inside.
Oh, that's me. Ah, damn it.
drink.
I got it. I'm sorry, man, but we haven't found her yet. Oh, that's too cheery.
It's getting dark. She can't be out alone in the dark.
We'll keep looking.
Her father's been out all day trying to find her. Her teacher called this afternoon. She went there.
Yes, you told us, ma'am.
I can't just sit here. I should...
The front door opens. A scratched Veda walks in, and Shelley runs and hugs her.
Veda, where have you been? We've been so worried about you. Are you all right? Thank God. Thank God.
Glad everything's all right. Later.
In the bedroom, Shelly undresses Veda, puts her pajamas on, and tucks her into bed.
Your dad was so upset. He really does love you very much. It's just that some people have trouble saying how they feel.
I told Mr. Bexler that I
know. He told me.
Oh.
It's good that you tell people how you feel.
But he didn't like me.
Someday, believe me, someone will feel, and damn it.
Alexis, drink, but she's not here.
Alexis, drink for me.
So
Okay.
I'll drink for you.
Okay,
I
drink
got you,
for me.
Amanda. Amanda, I
Everybody
got
take
you.
a drink for me. Okay.
I'll drink for
I
you.
have the best designated drinkers. All right.
We care.
Someday, believe me, someone will feel the same way about you, and it'll make it all worth it.
I should have told Thomas J that he was my best friend.
I'm sure he knew.
Shelly,
Yes?
I stole your money from the cookie jar to take the writing class.
It's all right, sweetheart.
I'll pay you back, and besides, I'm never going to that class again.
You just dedicate your first book to me, and I'll forget the whole thing.
I will, I promise.
She hugs and kisses her goodnight.
You get some sleep.
In the foyer, Shelly sits on the steps and Harry enters.
Come home yet?
Yes, she's all right. She's upstairs sleeping.
In her bedroom, Harry enters and tucks her in and kisses her on the forehead.
Did I kill my mother? The bees killed Thomas J, and I killed my mother.
It wasn't your fault. It just happened.
This is her, isn't it?
Ada pulls out the photo.
Yeah. I forgot about that picture. Where'd you find it?
In the garage.
That was her favorite car.
What was my mother like?
She was pretty and kind. She had your eyes. And boy, did she love to laugh. Sometimes when you laugh, you just sound like her. When she found out she was going to have you, do you know what she did? She came home and started painting your room pink. She was sure it was going to be a little girl.
Do you miss her?
Yes. I did for a long time. And even now. I sometimes get sad when I see a pretty flower or a beautiful sunset and would know that your mother would have liked it.
I think every time I see a climbing tree, I'll think of Thomas J.
Harry hugs her and bursts out into tears.
Sorry, Veda. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I wanted to keep you from it, but I just couldn't. People come in day in after day. They bring their mothers, their fathers, and their children, and they look at me to make things better. And all I can do is offer a few nice words. You're a good girl, and I want you to be happy. Don't be like me.
Veda sniffles and wipes her hand against her nose, and Harry kisses her on her head and rubs it. He notices the bald spot where she pulled her hair out.
Are you feeling all right? Your hair looks like it's fallen out. Maybe you should go see Dr. Welty.
No, it's nothing.
Hmm.
Hey, Daddy. It's not so bad to be like you.
Oh, and then he shuts the door. And now, oh, there we go. That was a sweet scene. And now we're in the foyer. The doorbell rings. Harry answers it. Thomas J's mother stands in the doorway. And I think Alexis is still gone. So, Becky, you want to take this?
Mrs. Sanford, please come in.
Thank you.
How are you doing?
Some days I think I'll be okay, and others I have to force myself to even get out of bed. It's crazy, but I sometimes think away at summer camp. I came by to see if
Drink and Veda.
I came by to see Veda. Is she home?
Get her.
She comes down.
Veda.
Oh.
Mrs. Sanford would like to speak with you.
Veda. Thomas J had this on him.
Pulls out the mood ring.
I thought you might like to have it. Oh. You were such a good friend to him. I hope you'll still come by and visit me.
Veda shakes her head yes. Harry puts his arm around Veda as Thomas J's mother goes to leave. Veda looks down at the ring and turns it over. It's no longer black. It's sky blue. Just as Thomas J's mother is about to shut the door behind her, Veda runs behind her.
Thomas J will be all right. My mother will take care of him.
Thank you, Veda.
In the foyer, life has returned to normal. We hear Gramu singing "That Lady is a Tramp." Veda walks downstairs wearing a dress for the first time. The viewing room is set up for another funeral.
Life's back to normal.
Veda, did you clean your room?
Yes.
What time will you be back?
Before dinner.
Don't be late. I thought we'd try and get Wendy to join us in a good game of Twister tonight.
Are we going to play in the basement?
If that's what it takes.
Chili gives Veda a kiss on the top of her head, and Veda goes out. Their group sits around a table at the community center.
This is our last class.
I've been working on something I'd like to share with everyone.
A poem?
No. I prepared an
interpretational.
Show us, Persephone.
I've been preparing something, like a dance. An expressive dance that I would like to share with the class of what this class has meant to me.
Oh, wow, that's heavy.
Persephone gets up and begins to perform her dance. It's the most bizarre dance imaginable. The group, of course, thinks it's a masterpiece. After a few seconds of dancing, Veda shows up, peeks around the corner, and watches. Then Persephone stops. The group claps, and Veda walks into the room. A few of the members rush over to her, and Red Flower gives her a big-ass hug.
Hey, we missed you, man.
I was hoping you'd stop by today.
Well, I can't stay. I just came to read my poem.
We'd love to hear it.
Okay.
There you go.
Here we go. Weeping willow, with your tears running down, why do you always weep and frown? Is it because he left you one day? Is it because he could not stay? On your branches he would swing. Do you long for the happiness that day would bring? He found shelter in your shade.
You thought his laughter could never fade. Weeping willow, stop your tears, for there is something to calm your fears. You think death.
Death.
Oh, goodness.
You think death has ripped you forever apart, but I know he'll always be in your heart.
Everyone sniffles. Red Flower gives her a power to you sign. Veda walks out. The leaves have begun to change color. Autumn is on its way. She goes over to pick her bike off the grass, and Judy has been waiting for her. Veda and Judy ride off down the street. From the back, we see that Veda's dress has gotten caught in the short pants that she wears underneath. After a few seconds, we hear,
Things are a little better these days. I finally swallowed that chicken bone. Judy and I are gonna be in the same homeroom, and
Oh, no.
this
Lord.
is horrible.
Ominous.
So
Weird.
Talk
if
about a
you're-
chicken bone in the throat.
So if you're watching this currently, you can stop watching right now. And the Republican Party just renominated Mr. Trump. No!
Yeah, see how that works out for you.
Why did you?
I think you mean Mr. Nixon.
I did, and that was a Freudian slip.
Was it really?
No, that was not on purpose. I swear to.
Oh my God.
And the Republican Party just renominated Mr. Nixon. The end. Goodbye. Done.
Oh my God.
That was legit.
Guys,
Freudian slip.
well, let's see. We lost 2 readers in the process. We lost one to alcohol, and we lost the other to technical difficulties.
Yeah.
So thank you everybody for pitching in there.
I want to apologize for getting up and back, but I'm trying to make a sourdough loaf at the same time, which is a very complicated thing.
Bruno is baking bread and reading at the same time.
Baking bread and drinking.
That was impressive.
Very impressive. Guys, was that as sad and heartbreaking as you thought it would be?
Hey, let's not pick these movies anymore. Let's
I'm-
not pick the movies where the babies die.
Remember when the actual movie was better than this script?
Yeah.
But you know what?
Yeah.
Honestly, I think this script is like 85% the movie. Like the stuff
But
that's
the movie,
it's a
is
lot.
Is the movie so relentlessly? Ugh.
No, it
Yeah.
doesn't. But they actually don't play it that way because I just rewatched it today and they make it really like there's happy little transitional music between he dies and like
you know what it is?
coming to
It's
terms.
the dialogue and like the actual writing. These scenes are the same, but I think like how you play them and how the transitions are cut, like that does matter.
Yeah. I mean, the dialogue, the actual, like, the circumstances are the same, but the dialogue is much better.
And they say Zeta or
Data?
I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. I haven't watched it in a while, but like as a child, the stuff with Shelly, the stuff with like the bingo scene, the stuff with all of that, that feels very like, oh yeah, no, that's in the movie.
Yeah, there's a lot of it. It's a lot that's in the movie. The only thing, the main changes are like, you know, he's got his uncle in the movie, or she's got her uncle in the movie.
Yeah, that is very different.
And the writing class isn't as hippie. The writing class is just sort of like, those are like the side characters.
And then there's a whole scene where Shelley's ex-husband shows up to take back the camper.
Yes. Oh my God, I forgot about that.
Who played the ex-husband?
Yeah, that's a great question.
Yeah, that's a really good.
Who played the ex-husband? Should we?
That's because that seemed like one of those one scene
Yes.
juicy roles.
Yeah.
You are
That
so
usually
right.
my bread and butter. But yeah.
And it adds a little bit of like, I don't know, like gives her a little edge because they like come like looking for her, like they got like connections or something, like something.
What's weird is I kept reading this, and I have to tell you, all I could think of with Shelley was oh my God, what's her face's character from
Guys and Dolls?
No. that's pretty good. But
yeah, they write her like that. She doesn't play it like that because it's Jamie Lee Curtis, so she's like so crack, like she's so like just like a like a saltine cracker version of. Like,
but I was actually thinking of, oh my god, the man, my brain is bad. What's her name's character from Reese Witherspoon movie?
Oh, like Legally Blonde.
Thank you. I
Well,
kept thinking of.
So I just pulled up. This movie, and nobody has. So Shelley is Shelley Devoto. But nobody has like Mr. Devoto. You know what I mean?
That may be her maiden name.
No, I think they just give her ex-husband his first name.
Yeah.
Which is not clear in the credits. But I definitely remember, like, it's amazing how I have not seen this movie in 30 years. No, that's an exaggeration. I have not seen this movie in 25 years. And some of these scenes I remember verbatim. Like, I remember to a T how they were in this movie. And then some of them are obviously not in the movie, and some of them I remember less well, but still, like, man.
Well, people. I mean, I've got a good 10, 15.
You guys, I have to go.
This is like good.
Yes,
I'm
let
so
me
sorry.
go ahead and
I had so much fun. And Clarke, you're so amazing.
Oh my God, Amanda, I love you.
In a reading with you, you were lovely. Thank you.
I love you.
Thank you, everyone. Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Bye, Amanda.
Final roll call. Thank you, Amanda Wyss, Clarke Wolfe, Bruno Oliver, Brennan Murray, who's hopefully sleeping it off, David McElwee, Becky Brockman, Richard Leacock, Alexis Iacono, who is hopefully getting tech support, Kevin Murray, Sasha Kerbel, David Placencia. Thank you guys so much for doing this. And please donate to Planet B, planetb.org/donate, and visit us at scriptsgonewild.com. And we'll see you next time for more drunken shenanigans and all of that jazz.